Headway 5th edition Upper Intermediate Student Book by Liz and John Sawers and Paul Hancock. Published and copyright Oxford University Press 2019. CD4 10.1 Modal verbs in the past. 1.
She must have been very rich.
2.
I had to do my homework.
3.
They can't have been at home. There were no lights on.
4.
I thought that was Jane, but I might have been wrong.
5.
I couldn't sleep because of the noise.
6.
You should have seen a doctor.
7.
Cheer up, things could have been worse.
8.
The train may have been late due to bad weather.
10.2 The King in the Car Park.
How was the theatre last night? What did you see?
We saw Shakespeare, Richard III. It was fantastic. Fabulous acting. You know, a horse, my kingdom for...
Yes, thank you, I've heard that. Was Richard III the king when Shakespeare was writing then?
No. Shakespeare was born 100 years after Richard, in the 16th century, when Elizabeth I was queen. The thing is, I'd never seen this play before, but I've been fascinated by Richard III ever since they found his body a few years ago.
Really? Was it lost?
It was never found. Nobody knew where he was buried. It was a big mystery, and then, in 2012, they found him. Well, not his body exactly, his skeleton, under a car park in Leicester.
Beneath a car park? You're kidding me. So, King Richard III could have died while parking his horse.
Ha, not funny. No, seriously, they say the car park must have been built on what was once a church graveyard.
Yeah, but how do they know the skeleton is Richard III?
Well, they know he was killed in 1485 in a battle near Leicester, the Battle of Bosworth Field, and tests showed that the skeleton must have died around that time from battle wounds and that he must have been in his late 20s or 30s. So
Richard was quite young when he died?
Yeah, he was.
Poor guy.
Also, this skeleton had a deformed spine. He would have been a hunchback.
And was Richard a hunchback?
So they say. They can tell a lot from a skeleton these days, and this one was in really good condition, except that the feet were missing.
How come the feet were missing?
Oh, they say builders might have chopped them off in the 16th century.
Oof.
Anyway, DNA tests with members of the current royal family proved that this skeleton had royal blood.
Clever stuff.
Yeah. They also found some people in Canada who are his descendants, and Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch, the actor who plays Sherlock Holmes? I bet he was surprised.
Yeah. He actually read a poem at the funeral. It must be amazing to learn you've got royal ancestors.
So there was a proper funeral?
Yeah. Richard was finally buried in Leicester Cathedral. Thousands of people came from all over the world.
That's quite a story. Was there ever a Richard IV?
No, Richard III was the last of the Richards. But who knows? There might be a fourth one day.
10.3 What do we know about Richard III? 1.
When did Richard die?
He must have died in the 15th century.
2.
What was he doing when he died?
He could have been riding a horse. He must have been fighting in a battle.
3.
Who was he fighting in the battle?
He might have been fighting Henry VII. He can't have been fighting Elizabeth I.
4.
Was he buried in the car park?
He can't have been buried in the car park. It wouldn't have been a car park when he was killed.
5.
How old was he when he died?
He may have been 32 or 33. He can't have been as old as 40.
6.
What did they learn from his deformed spine?
They learned that he could have been a hunchback.
7.
Why were his feet missing?
They might have been cut off by builders in the 16th century.
8.
Did the Canadian people know they were related?
They can't have had any idea.
9.
How did Benedict Cumberbatch feel about the discovery?
He must have been very surprised.
10.4 Everyday Situations. 1.
I did tell you about Joe's party. You can't have been listening.
2.
Thanks so much for all your help. I couldn't have managed without you. Thanks so much for all your help. I wouldn't have managed without you.
3.
Chocolates for me? Oh, that's so kind, but really you shouldn't have.
4.
Come on, we're only 5 minutes late. The film won't have started yet.
5.
I don't believe that Kathy's going out with Mark. She would have told me. I know she would.
6.
We raced to the airport, but we needn't have worried. The flight was delayed.
7.
We've got a parcel here that isn't for us. It must have been delivered by mistake.
8.
You shouldn't have gone swimming in that river. You could have drowned.
10.5 Robert on the phone.
Hello? Yes, I'm Robert. Who is this? Sorry? Donna who? I'm sorry, I don't think I know any Donnas. On holiday, did we? Where was that? Greece! Oh, yes, of course. Donna and Marlene from Wisconsin. That was years ago. Well, thank you very much. Yes, it was fun. Alistair and I enjoyed it too. Well, what a surprise. So, what are you up to these days? Really? Here in London? What are you doing here? Wow, really? 6 countries? That's ambitious. Well, obviously I'd like to see you both again, but actually it's not really very... yes, I know we said that, but Alistair lives in Scotland now, and my flat isn't very big, and my wife and... About 3 years ago, and we're about to move to a bigger place. We're expecting another baby. I'm glad you understand. I suppose we could meet for a drink for old time's sake. Maybe you're right. But it was nice to hear your voice again, Donna. Love to Marlene, and I'll tell Alistair that you got in touch. Enjoy your trip. Thanks, Donna. Same to you. Bye.
10.6 A tricky conversation.
Hello?
Hi, is that Robert?
Yes, I'm Robert. Who is this?
Hi, Bob. It's me, Donna.
Sorry? Donna who?
Donna Goldberg.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know any Donnas.
Oh, you do. We met on vacation, or holiday, as you say.
On holiday, did we? Where was that?
In Greece. Me and my sister Marlene were staying in the same hotel.
Greece! Oh, yes, of course. Donna and Marlene from Wisconsin. That was years ago.
Yeah, nearly 7 years ago. But Marlene and I still talk about it. We had a great time, didn't we? You and your friend Alistair. Two great guys.
Well, thank you very much. Yes, it was fun. Alistair and I enjoyed it too. Well, what a surprise. So, what are you up to these days?
Well, I'm here in London at the moment.
Really? Here in London? What are you doing here?
Well, Marlene and I are both divorced now, so we decided to have a vacation together again. This time, we're going around Europe. 6 countries.
Wow, really? 6 countries? That's ambitious.
Yeah, and we're beginning here in England. So, we wondered if we could come and visit. Maybe stay a couple of nights. It'd be great to catch up.
Well, obviously I'd like to see you both again, but actually it's not really very...
Remember, you said if we were ever in London, we should come visit. And here we are.
Yes, I know we said that, but Alistair lives in Scotland now, and my flat isn't very big, and my wife...
Bobby, are you married now? That's so cool. When did you marry?
About 3 years ago, and we're about to move to a bigger place. We're expecting another baby.
Bob, I see. No worries. Marlene and I understand. New baby, new home. And maybe your wife wouldn't be too keen to hear about the fun we had in Greece.
I'm glad you understand. I suppose we could meet for a drink for old time's sake.
I'm not sure your wife would be too pleased.
Maybe you're right. But it was nice to hear your voice again, Donna. Love to Marlene, and I'll tell Alistair that you got in touch. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you, Robert. Have a nice life.
Thanks, Donna. Same to you. Bye.
10.7. We were so lucky.
We decided to go for a drive, even though it was still blowing a gale. And look what happened. We were so lucky.
Oh my goodness, you could have been badly hurt. You must have been terrified.
Why didn't you see the tree falling? We just didn't. It all happened so fast.
Surely you heard something.
We could just hear the wind.
Don't you think you should have been driving more slowly?
We were.
Perhaps you shouldn't have been driving at all. The car must be a write-off.
It is.
You must feel very lucky indeed.
We do.
10.8. Expressions with modal verbs. 1.
That exam was a disaster.
You can say that again. I couldn't answer a single question. I'm bound to have failed.
2.
You might as well apply for the job.
Yes, why not? I've got nothing to lose. You never know. I might be just the person they're looking for.
3.
I know I shouldn't have eaten a whole tub of ice cream, but...
I know. You just couldn't help it. But I bet you're regretting it now.
4.
You might have told me that Lisa and Joe had split up. I felt really stupid when I asked Lisa where they were going on holiday.
Oh, sorry. I thought you knew. Everybody else does.
5.
I think you should forget all about her and move on.
I would if I could, but I can't. It's affecting my work. I can't get her out of my mind.
6.
You should have been there. I could have died laughing.
What was so funny? You must tell me all about it. I always miss the best parties.
7.
Guess what? Annie's going out with Joe.
I could have told you that. It's common knowledge. Where have you been?
8.
I could do with a break.
Me too. I'm dying for a coffee. It feels like this lesson's been going on for ages.
10.9 You Are Old, Father William by Lewis Carroll.
You are old, Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white, and yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right? In my youth, Father William replied to his son, I feared it might injure the brain. But now that I'm perfectly sure I have none, why, I do it again and again. You are old, said the youth, as I mentioned before, and have grown most uncommonly fat. Yet you turned a back somersault in at the door. Pray, what is the reason of that? In my youth, said the sage, as he shook his grey locks, I kept all my limbs very supple. By the use of this ointment, 1 shilling the box, allow me to sell you a couple. You are old, said the youth, and your jaws are too weak for anything tougher than suet. Yet you finished the goose with the bones and the beak. Pray, how did you manage to do it? In my youth, said his father, I took to the law and argued each case with my wife, and the muscular strength which it gave to my jaw has lasted the rest of my life. You are old, said the youth. One would hardly suppose that your eye was as steady as ever, yet you balanced an eel on the end of your nose. What made you so awfully clever? I have answered 3 questions, and that is enough, said his father. Don't give yourself airs. Do you think I can listen all day to such stuff? Be off, or I'll kick you downstairs.
10.10 Body Idioms 1.
How's the new job?
Okay, but I'm still finding my feet. My boss seemed very strict at first, but underneath it all, she's got a heart of gold. She has a very good head for the business, so she knows what she's doing.
2.
Can you give me a hand to fix my computer? I can't open any of my files.
Listen, you'd better face the fact that your computer's ancient. It's been on its last legs for years. You can get a new one for about £500 these days.
Are you pulling my leg?
No, I'm perfectly serious.
10.11 Degrees of Enthusiasm.
What was the play like?
It was interesting.
What was the play like?
It was interesting.
What was the play like?
It was interesting.
10.12 What did you think of the movie?
Well, I thought that movie was great. I was on the edge of my seat from start to finish. Well, the ending was a complete surprise. What about the special effects? Weren't they amazing? And Julia Jones, wasn't she just perfect as the love interest? I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I'm going to recommend it to Rob and Fran. They'll love it. Come on, let's go for a drink.
10.13 What did she say?
Well, I thought that movie was great.
It was good.
I was on the edge of my seat from start to finish.
I don't think it was that good.
Well, the ending was a complete surprise.
Really? I can't believe you didn't guess. I knew he'd get the girl in the end.
What about the special effects? Weren't they amazing?
Yeah, they were fantastic. I don't know how they do it.
And Julia Jones, wasn't she just perfect as the love interest?
She looked good, but I don't think her acting was great.
I wouldn't mind seeing it again.
No. Once is definitely enough for me.
I'm going to recommend it to Rob and Fran. They'll love it.
I think you're right. It's their kind of film.
Come on, let's go for a drink.
Great idea.
10.14. Who is John? 1,
Is John the man with the short fair hair?
No, John's the man with the short dark hair.
2,
Is John the boy with the short dark hair?
No, John's the man with the short dark hair.
3,
Is John the man with the short dark beard?
No, John's the man with the short dark hair.
4,
Is John the man with the long dark hair?
No, John's the man with the short dark hair.
5,
Is Tom the man with the short dark hair?
No, John's the man with the short dark hair.
10.15. Where's the main stress? 1,
You look tired.
I am tired.
2,
That's Sylvie over there. She's French.
I thought she was French.
3,
I had such a good idea about Mum's birthday present.
I thought of it first.
4,
I sold my old computer to Barry.
I thought you'd given it to him.
5,
Do you work for Carl?
No, Carl works for me.
6,
I've never met Eva before.
You must have met her. She knew your name.
11.1. Bridget Smith. 1,
It's raining again. I wish it wasn't.
2,
I'm not going out tonight. I wish I was.
3,
There's nothing good on TV. I wish there was.
4,
I don't like my job. I wish I did.
5,
My boyfriend and I had a row. I wish we hadn't.
6,
I know he won't call me today. I wish he would.
7,
I feel really depressed. I wish I didn't.
8,
I can't talk to anyone about it. I wish I could.
11.2. If only. 1,
Look, I know I shouldn't have parked here, but I was only gone 5 minutes.
You can't park here for even 1 minute, and I've already done the ticket.
Surely you could cancel it if you wanted to.
Impossible. Once it's in the system, you can't do anything about it. Machine won't let you.
But I had to nip into the chemist's for my mother's prescription. Supposing your mother needed some medicine urgently, where would you park?
I tell you what, if I had £1 for every story of getting medicine for sick relatives, I'd be richer than Bill Gates. Here's your ticket. You've got 2 weeks to pay.
2,
Sorry, Daisy. I can't come out tonight. I really shouldn't have gone out last night.
But Chloe, we had a great time. That was one hell of a party.
Yes, I know, but...
So when's your exam?
It's tomorrow afternoon. That's why it's desperate. Oh, if only I hadn't left all my revision till the last minute again.
Oh, I wouldn't worry if I were you. You never do badly in exams.
There's always a first time.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, I'd rather you came with us, though. Still, good luck tomorrow anyway.
3.
Wow, that photo on your screensaver looks gorgeous. Where is it?
It's Thailand. I was there 2 years ago.
Oh, if only we could be there now. That would be amazing.
Yeah, just imagine. I'd go for a swim in that fabulous blue sea and then spend the afternoon reading a novel.
I'd just sleep on the beach. I'm suffering from sleep deprivation. I've been working so late recently, I can't switch off at night.
Yeah, me too. I sometimes wish I'd never accepted that promotion. Still, it'll pay for a nice holiday.
Yeah, in Thailand.
4.
Come on, Oscar. Try and get past me. Oh, don't you wish you still played football, Dad? You were in the pub team, weren't you?
Yeah, but I'm too old for it now. And I was never that good anyway. You were, though. I've always said you could have gone professional if you'd wanted to.
Nah, no way. I bet I wasn't as good as Oscar is. It is time I did a bit more exercise, though. And Oscar is through the defence. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper and... goal! What a strike!
He is good.
5.
Cool! Look at that jet! Look how fast it's going! Wow! What would you give to be a pilot?
Yeah! Imagine if your job was flying jet planes.
Well, if I was rich, I'd buy my own private jet plane and fly it just for fun. Or I might buy a massive yacht with a helicopter on it.
Wow!
Which would you buy if you had all the money in the world and you can't have both? You have to choose.
I wouldn't buy either of those. I'd buy a rocket and be an astronaut.
11.3. 1.
Look, I know I shouldn't have parked here, but I was only gone 5 minutes. Surely you could cancel it if you wanted to. Supposing your mother needed some medicine urgently, where would you park?
2.
I really shouldn't have gone out last night. If only I hadn't left all my revision till the last minute again.
I wouldn't worry if I were you. I'd rather you came with us, though.
3.
If only we could be there now. That would be amazing. I'd just sleep on the beach.
I sometimes wish I'd never accepted that promotion.
4.
Don't you wish you still played football, Dad?
I've always said you could have gone professional if you'd wanted to.
It is time I did a bit more exercise, though.
5.
Wow! What would you give to be a pilot?
Yeah! Imagine if your job was flying jet planes.
Which would you buy if you had all the money in the world?
I wouldn't buy either of those. I'd buy a rocket and be an astronaut.
11.4. Wishes and regrets. 1.
I wish I spoke English fluently.
I wonder what you mean by fluently. I think you speak it really well.
2.
If only we had a garden.
I know. Still, at least the park isn't far away.
3.
I wish I had a brother or sister.
Yeah, mind you, there are times when I wish I didn't.
4.
If you talked more slowly, I might be able to follow you.
Sorry, I'm just very stressed about all this.
5.
I wouldn't get up at 6 if I didn't have to go to work.
You need to look for another job. Long commutes are a nightmare.
6.
If I'd learnt to ski when I was younger, I'd be really good by now.
But you are good. You're just a bit lacking in confidence.
7.
My youngest daughter wishes she were taller.
Oh, well, she's still got a lot of growing to do.
8.
I wish you wouldn't leave the top off the toothpaste.
Sorry, I'm either half asleep or only half awake when I clean my teeth.
9.
I'd rather my sister asked before borrowing my clothes.
Well, she should. It's a bit of a cheat to take them without you knowing.
10.
Supposing they gave you a pay rise, would you still leave?
I guess it would depend on just how much they gave me.
11.
We should have read the instructions more carefully.
Well, they weren't exactly clear, were they?
12.
It's time we had a break.
You're not kidding. Oh, I could murder a coffee.
11.5. Expressions with if. 1.
How's it going?
OK. If all goes well, we'll be finished by Friday. We've just got to do the ceilings and then put the finishing touches to the doors and windows.
2.
You should have come to Joe's party. That girl you fancy was there.
Oh, if only I'd known. I've been trying to get to speak to her for ages.
3.
If you've got a minute, could I have a word with you?
Yes. If it's about the money I owe you, I'll have it for you next week.
4.
Owen is 18. He'll be fine travelling around Asia on his own. Stop worrying.
Easy for you to say. If anything bad happened to him, I'd never forgive myself.
5.
Give Jeff a promotion. If you ask me, he should be sacked.
Oh, I think you're being too hard on him. He deserves a chance to prove himself.
6.
It was the 13th of April, not the 14th, if I remember rightly.
Oh, don't be so pedantic. I was only telling them what a romantic day out we'd had.
7.
You think I'd follow your advice? As if...
Please yourself, but your older sister knows a lot more about the world than you do.
8.
If the worst comes to the worst, we can always postpone it.
No, it's just a bad cold. I think I'll feel better in a couple of days and the sea air will do me good.
9.
I don't see the point of us moving offices.
I agree. There'd be few advantages, if any at all.
10.
What did you make of Melissa's brother? He seemed pretty cold and arrogant to me.
I don't think he's cold or arrogant. If anything, he's a bit shy.
11.6. Dream discoveries.
And now for our popular science slot. This week, the subject is dreams. We all love to tell people when we've had strange dreams. They can be funny, bizarre, and sometimes embarrassing. But did you know how many important discoveries and ideas are the result of dreams? Scientist Susan Williams has been doing some research into this, and she's here today to tell us about it. Susan, welcome. So, what are some of these dream discoveries?
Well, a famous example is James Watson, the Nobel Prize-winning American scientist. He said that the idea for the possible structure of DNA came to him after having a dream about a spiral staircase. Neuroscientists suggest that this kind of thing can happen because during REM sleep, we dream extra vividly, and new connections can be formed in the brain's network, so we are able to put ideas together in a way that would never have occurred to us when we're awake.
That's really interesting. What other examples are there?
Another very famous but very different example from many years ago is a young woman who had a dream about the mystery of human biology. She was called Mary Wollstonecraft, and in June 1816 she was still a teenager when she and her future husband, the poet Percy Shelley, visited another poet, Lord Byron, in Switzerland. One day it was too stormy to go out walking, so they all sat around in the library and read ghost stories to each other. They then decided to have a contest to see who could write the best ghost story. Mary struggled to find an idea, but then, that night, in a dream, she saw a vision of a man, a scientist, kneeling beside a monstrous body that he had created. It was a nightmare. The body began to come to life. Mary woke up. She was very frightened, but also delighted because at last she had her idea. "I have found it," she wrote, "and what terrified me will terrify others." Of course, it turned out to be a lot more than a story to share with friends. Mary's novel, Frankenstein, was published on the 1st of January 1818, when she was still only 20, and it is often described as the very first science fiction novel. I think the title of the book confuses many people, though. Frankenstein isn't the monster. Its creator is.
Yes, I believe that's a common mistake. So, tell me, are most dream discoveries rather dark and serious?
No, not at all. You know Paul McCartney, one of the Beatles? For me, the most famous pop group ever. Well, one morning in 1963, Paul woke up with a melody for a song in his head. It was fully formed and he thought, "That's great. I wonder what that is." He thought it must be something he'd heard somewhere and played it on the piano to people to see if they recognised it. No one did, so it was clearly his own composition. But he never felt like he'd written it because it had come ready-made in a dream, and it wasn't like anything he'd written before. No lyrics had come in the dream, and whenever he played it, he sang the words, "Scrambled eggs, oh my baby, how I love your legs." Imagine if he'd left it like that. In fact, this is a good example of how unconscious inspiration can still need some conscious work putting in, because it was 2 years before Paul had the lyrics right and recorded the finished song. He called it Yesterday, and it was a huge hit. In fact, it has been voted the #1 pop song of all time.
I've always loved that song. What about a final example, Susan?
OK, this time on a sporting note. From one of the greatest pop songwriters to one of the greatest golfers, Jack Nicklaus. He has told how he managed to get out of a losing run of games by paying attention to a dream. In 1962, age 22, Jack won the US Open and then 2 more major world championships in 1963. However, in 1964, his form had dropped and he won none. One morning, he remembered he'd been dreaming about playing golf and he had played really well. So he tried to remember exactly what he'd done in the dream and how it had felt. He realised that he'd been holding his golf club differently, and he wondered what would happen if he tried holding it the same way, for real, on the golf course that day. So that's what he did, and to his surprise and delight, he played a wonderful round, and soon returned to his championship-winning form.
Thank you very much indeed, Susan. That's all fascinating. So maybe some of our dreams aren't just weird stories to tell friends. And maybe it would be worth keeping a notepad on your bedside table.
11.7. Linking sounds.
Sink or swim.
Ifs or buts.
Wait and see.
Far and wide.
Give and take.
Once and for all.
Hit and miss.
Short and sweet.
Ins and outs.
By and large.
11.8. Word pairs. 1.
There has to be some give and take in any relationship. You can't have your own way all the time.
2.
I had no experience when I set up my first business and I got no help. It was sink or swim.
3.
I don't want to hear any ifs or buts from you. It's time for bed now.
4.
I hope your presentation doesn't go on too long.
Oh, don't worry. It's short and sweet. It'll be over in no time.
5.
It's difficult to explain the ins and outs of the rules of cricket. They're very complicated.
6.
What have you got me for my birthday?
You'll have to wait and see, won't you?
7.
There are some things I'd change about my workplace, but by and large it's very pleasant.
8.
People come from far and wide to shop in Bicester Village. It's the second most popular destination in the UK for Chinese tourists after Buckingham Palace.
9.
Is the food good in that restaurant?
It's a bit hit and miss. I've had some great meals there and some really poor ones.
10.
It's time we settled this argument once and for all. Let's Google it and see who's right.
11.9. Wait and see.
Are you having a holiday this year?
Oh, I'd love to, but we'll have to wait and see.
Hopefully we're going to go to that farmhouse in Devon again in September. It'll only be for a few days, so it'll be short and sweet, but it's still touch and go whether I can get the time off work.
Why's that? I thought they were good about giving you time off.
Yeah, they are by and large, but we're a small firm and we have to cover for each other, so it's always a case of give and take.
Yeah, that figures. At least you and Sophie have had a holiday this year. I'm sick and tired of not being able to go anywhere.
You still get away now and then, don't you?
Actually, it's more then than now. It's too expensive to take 3 kids abroad.
What's wrong with holidays here?
Oh, it's not easy when the weather's so hit and miss. Me and Charlotte used to have holidays in the UK, rain or shine. But it's no fun keeping kids happy if the weather's rubbish. You certainly don't get much peace and quiet.
Well, look, if we can get to that farmhouse, why don't you join us? We can help look after the kids.
Whoa, that's a kind offer, but I wouldn't want to spoil your holiday. I mean, what if they...
Honestly, I mean it. So, no ifs or buts. I know Sophie would love to spend some time with your kids.
Well, thank you so much. I'll talk to Charlotte about it if you're sure.
I am, so do that. I'm sure we'd have a great time together.
11.10. Linking words.
Did you see the match last night?
No, apparently it was a great game though. Liverpool won, didn't they?
Actually, it was a draw, but it was really exciting.
11.11. 4 conversations. 1.
What do you think of Claire's new boyfriend?
Personally, I think he's really nice, but I know her dad's dead against him. Still, he's never been happy with her boyfriends.
I know. Surely he's got to accept one of them eventually. Anyway, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
2.
How can you afford to buy all these new clothes?
Apparently, I'm going to get a big bonus this month. At least that's what my boss has told me, and I do deserve one. After all, I earned the company £100,000 last month.
3.
So, Mark, you say this is your last concert tour?
Definitely.
But surely you realise how upset your fans are going to be?
Well, obviously, I don't want to disappoint anyone, but basically I'm sick and tired of touring. Ideally, I'd like to spend more time in the studio and record some great music for my fans.
4.
Why do you think our sales are so low this year?
Basically, I think our prices are too high. We could certainly sell a lot more if they weren't. Ideally, they should be lower.
If you ask me, our marketing team aren't good enough.
That's true. All the same, it's our prices that people complain about, and marketing can't do much about that.
12.1. My grandfather's story.
My grandfather, who's a widower, used to be a judge. And when he retired the year before last, he decided to go on a 4-month cruise around the world. He enjoyed the cruise very much indeed, and had some great experiences. Anyway, the most interesting thing about this cruise was that he met an attractive American widow. I think she's about the same age as him, who comes from California. Well, my grandfather invited her to have dinner with him, and they got on really well with one another. And would you believe it? He fell in love with her. No kidding. My grandfather says you can find love at any age, and the next thing we knew, he'd asked her to marry him. Apparently they were married by the captain of the ship. It's so romantic. The whole family's amazed, but we're all very happy for him because he's been rather lonely since my grandmother died. So there's always hope. Maybe we'll all find love one day.
12.2. Listen and reply. 1.
I don't want cereal for breakfast today.
2.
Do any of your friends like dancing?
3.
What are the people you're studying with like?
4.
I gave my 3 grandchildren £20 for Christmas.
5.
Strange that Bob's training to be a vet when he doesn't seem to like animals.
6.
Isn't your mother Scottish?
7.
What do you think the most important thing in life is?
8.
I bet you've told loads of girls that you love them.
9.
I can't take your car. You might need it later.
10.
Did you have a good time at your school reunion?
12.3. Listen and check. 1.
I don't want cereal for breakfast today.
Would you like an egg then? How about a boiled egg and some toast?
2.
Do any of your friends like dancing?
Oh yes, absolutely. All my friends like dancing. We go to clubs most weekends.
3.
What are the people you're studying with like?
Really nice. Every person in my class is friendly, and we all get on really well with each other.
4.
I gave my 3 grandchildren £20 for Christmas.
Oh, you have it easy. I have 10 grandkids. I gave £10 to each one. I can't afford any more on my pension.
5.
Strange that Bob's training to be a vet when he doesn't seem to like animals.
Yes, you'd assume a love of animals is vital for a vet. But I think he wanted to be a doctor and couldn't get into medical school.
6.
Isn't your mother Scottish?
Actually, both my parents are Scottish. They come from Glasgow, but they moved down south after university.
7.
What do you think the most important thing in life is?
Well, it sounds like a cliché, but I do think love is everything. It doesn't have to be romantic love, though. The love I have for my children alone makes life worth living.
8.
I bet you've told loads of girls that you love them.
Maybe, but the love I have for you is very special. It feels different from anything I felt before.
9.
I can't take your car. You might need it later.
We have 2 cars. Borrow either one. We probably won't be using either of them today anyway.
10.
Did you have a good time at your school reunion?
Yes, it was great to see everyone. But wow, how some people change.
12.4. Each, every, and all. 1.
So, what did you think of it?
A brilliant production. Every bit as good as you said it would be.
2.
Did you apologise to all the guests?
Each and every one of them. I felt I had to.
3.
They didn't all pass, did they?
Well, all but 3 did. 17 out of 20. That's not bad.
4.
Sorry, I only have 50p on me.
Don't worry. Every little helps those in need.
5.
Do you think you'll be here in time for the kick-off?
Yes, all being well, we should be there at about 2:45.
6.
Do you want to stay for tea?
If it's all the same to you, I'll leave now and try and beat the traffic.
12.5. A bit of this and that. 1.
Now that's more like it. No jobs to do, the kids at the grandparents', and an afternoon relaxing on the beach.
Yes, this is the life.
2.
Fancy that! The neighbours are opening their garden to the public on Saturday. Entry £5.
Well, 2 can play at that game. Let's put up our own sign saying garden open, free entry. We'll see whose garden people think is best.
3.
3 loads of washing to do, and the washing machine's broken down. That's all I need.
It can't be helped. These things happen.
4.
I'm having one of those days. First the washing machine broke down, then the car wouldn't start, and now my phone's dead.
Well, these things are sent to try us.
5.
I can't explain why I think you're making the wrong choice. I just have this feeling.
Well, I'm tired of trying to convince you. I'm doing it, and you think I'm wrong. Let's leave it at that.
6.
OK, I'll come and spend the day in London, and we'll go to the theatre in the evening. How does that grab you?
So you'll ignore your boss and take the day off work? That's the spirit.
7.
Oh no, an extra charge for hand luggage and for choosing your seat on the plane. One of these days they'll charge for using the toilet.
No, if it came to that, I definitely wouldn't fly with them.
12.6. Pronunciation of the.
My grandmother once met the man who wrote the James Bond stories, Ian Fleming.
Really? That's funny because my niece trained Daniel Craig, the actor.
What? You mean the Daniel Craig?
Yes, the one and only.
12.7. Listen and check. 1.
Are you going to the Oscars ceremony?
Of course, darling. It's the social event of the year.
2.
What's the paint you used when you decorated?
Samson's. It's the paint to use. Expensive, but you don't need so much of it.
3.
I'm having tea at the Ritz on Friday.
What, the Ritz? The hotel in London?
Yes, it's for work, so the accountant says I can put it on expenses.
4.
How did you and Giles get to the airport?
Train, first class actually. It's the way to travel, if someone else buys the tickets.
12.8. Time of life. Jacob.
I'm 16, and these are meant to be the best years of my life. But to be honest, I can't wait for them to be over. I can't see the point of spending hours in the classroom finding out about rivers in China or the French Revolution. A friend of my dad's often says to me, "What are you doing with all your free time?" And I think, what free time? After coursework, then homework, revision for tests and exams, plus my part-time job, I'm absolutely shattered. I know you need to do all this if you want to get into uni, but I'm not even sure that's for me. I haven't told my parents yet. It's their dream that I follow in Dad's footsteps as a lawyer. Basically, I can't think of anything more awful. Years more studying and debating details of the law just doesn't grab me. What I really want to do is to be a theatre actor one day. English and drama are my best subjects, and I'm always in the end-of-term plays. So 2 more years of school, then I'd need to get a place on a drama course. But first, I need to tell my parents I don't want to go into the law. Somehow, I don't think they're going to like it.
Abby.
Mummy says it will be fun, 'cause, there will be lots of other children to play with. But I don't want to go. I want to stay at home with Mummy and Granny. Charlotte, that's my sister, goes there and she likes it. But she's more older than me. She's 7 and I'm only 4. And I got a kitten for my birthday. He's called Fluffy, and he'll miss me 'cause we're always playing and things. I don't want to go at all.
Derek.
So it's my last week in the office. I've finally got used to the idea now, but when they told me I was on the redundancy list, it hit me like a ton of bricks. I've been here over 30 years. Still, I'm trying to see it as a new opportunity. Not the easiest thing in your mid-50s. I'm setting up a small business with a friend. Furniture design. I've always made chairs, tables and stuff as a hobby, so why not give it a go? You never know, we could be the next IKEA.
Jilly.
I never thought this day would come. 23, and I've just started my first proper job with my own desk and phone and even my name on the door. It's a shared office, of course, but you can't have everything. After being unemployed for 2 years since I left college, it feels a bit like a dream. I keep thinking the office manager is going to come over to my desk and say, "What are you doing here? You don't work for us." But it hasn't happened yet. You know, I was so nervous on the first day that I didn't move from my desk all morning. Then my workmates invited me to join them for lunch, which helped to break the ice. But it feels like there's so much to learn. My first big challenge is to present some design ideas for an advertising campaign. It's for washing powder of all things. I did a course in fashion, so it isn't really my area, but a job's a job. I'm hoping that I can move back to the world of fashion once I've got a bit of work experience here. I'd like to move out from my mum and dad's place soon too. They've been brilliant supporting me, but I really need to stand on my own 2 feet now.
Francis.
I always think the word retired sounds so negative. Like you're sitting passively in your armchair and waiting for someone to bring you a nice cup of tea. Yes, I gave up full-time work years ago, but I didn't give up on life. And since I stopped, I've been busier than ever. I really wanted the extra time I had to count for something. So many ladies of my age somehow disappear. Oh, they go for lunch or have their hair done, but they don't really do anything ambitious. Maybe I've been a bit selfish, but I wanted to still have challenges and ambitions. So, my first challenge was to go travelling on my own. I started just in Europe, in familiar territory, just around Italy and Greece. And then I got the bug, and I was off to South America and the Caribbean, and then Japan and Indonesia. All my life, I'd organised family holidays and gone on business trips with my ex-husband. I never realised what a chore it was until I went on my own. Oh, it's marvellous to be able to just follow my nose around a city without having to worry about other people. Oh, heaven.
Nat and Louis.
Well, we picked up the keys yesterday, but we haven't moved all our stuff in yet. We've got all the basics in, you know, the beds, sofa and chairs.
And the TV.
Yes, Louis's flat-screen TV is definitely in place. But all our personal stuff is still in boxes. The thing is, we've moved around so much since we got married, we've never managed to get things in their proper place. It's such a pain.
That's right. We rented a tiny flat when we first got married. Then, when we had the twins in our late 20s, we couldn't afford a 2-bedroom place, so we went to live with my mum for a while. That was great because she had a big old house with a huge garden, but then she had to downsize when she retired.
Yeah, we thought about trying to rent again, but everything in our area was so expensive. In the end, my parents said just come and stay with us. So that's what we did, so we could save to get a mortgage. But it took us ages to get the deposit together. I never thought I'd have to wait until the age of 35 before I owned my own home.
Nat, darling, we don't own it. The bank do.
Yes, well, you know what I mean. All I want to do is get all our bits and pieces into the new place and make it feel like home. The twins are so excited.
12.9 Expressions with life and time. 1.
Can't believe it. I failed again.
Oh, never mind. You'll have better luck next time.
But that was the second time.
They say the best drivers pass on their third attempt.
2.
Come on, get up and do something. Get a life.
What do you mean?
Well, it's high time you did something other than watch daytime TV all day.
Like what?
I don't know. Get a hobby. Do some sport. Bob Jones's son really came to life when he took up karate.
Huh? Too dangerous. I think I'm safer staying on this sofa.
Oh, I give up. Be a couch potato if that's what you want.
3.
Oh, look! You've missed it!
Typical. They're always late if I'm early, but if I get there a few seconds late, they leave dead on time. Story of my life.
The next one's at 5:30. I don't mind hanging around with you. I'll go and get 2 coffees.
Well, take your time. It says that the 5:30 is going to be 20 minutes late.
4.
How's it going?
Well, they've finished at last, but not before time. Only 4 weeks late.
And how much is it all going to cost?
We haven't had the final bill yet.
Well, you can bet your life it'll be more than they estimated.
I know. We were going to have the kitchen decorated as well, but enough's enough for the time being.
Oh.
5. How come Dave has such a cushy life? He never seems to do any work.
Didn't you know? He won the lottery.
You're kidding. I had no idea. I do the lottery every week and never win a thing.
Me neither. That's life.
12.10. A poem. No time to think.
No time to think, no time for dreams, no time for anything, it seems. No time to stop, no time to waste, no time for anything but haste. No time to wonder at the snow, no time to watch our children grow, but time enough to race about, and time enough to scream and shout. And time enough to rush, and time enough to push, but no time to care or to smile. No time to ramble for a while. No time to sit, no time to stand, no time to shake you by the hand, no time to stop, no time to blink, but most of all, no time to think.
12.11. Discussing a 4-day week.
OK, do you want to start, Eva?
Yes. First of all, let's look at these reports I sent you from companies that have tried a 4-day week. The point I want to make is that working 4 days doesn't have to mean a drop in productivity, and these reports prove that. You don't look convinced, Will.
Well, no, because that may be true in some companies, Ava. But as far as I can see, everyone here is working flat out already. To be honest, I don't think we could possibly get the same work done in 4 days. Wouldn't you agree, Freya?
No, that's not how I see it, actually. We'd work longer hours on the 4 days, and if you ask me, there are many ways we could improve productivity, like taking shorter lunch breaks. And then there's the time spent on tea breaks, which we could cut altogether. I think staff spend quite a lot of time chatting and socialising, and the incentive of a 3-day weekend would keep us a lot more focused. What do you think, Oscar?
Well, personally, I come into the office to socialise as well as work, and I'm worried the workplace bonding would suffer if we had our heads down all day. Having said that, a 3-day weekend would mean a lot more time for quality socialising with friends or colleagues.
Exactly. And not only that, it also gives you more time to get chores done at weekends, so they're not hanging over you during the week. Above all, it means that staff come to work properly refreshed after 3 days off and feel more positive about work. Can you not see that, Will?
But surely people would end up working on their extra day off because they hadn't managed to get everything done in the 4 days.
Yeah, I see your point. I do wonder just how long people can work productively without a proper break. But I am coming round to the idea the more I think about it.
Okay, well, all in all, we seem to think it's definitely worth considering, apart from Will. So I think we should put it to a vote among all the staff. It would certainly make a huge difference to our work-life balance, and everyone agrees we need to do something about that.
12.12. Making your point.
First of all, let's look at these reports from companies that have tried a 4-day week. The point I want to make is that working 4 days doesn't have to mean a drop in productivity.
That may be true, but as far as I can see, everyone here is working flat out already. To be honest, I don't think we could possibly get the same work done in 4 days.
That's not how I see it, actually. We'd work longer hours on the 4 days. And if you ask me, there are many ways we could improve productivity, like taking shorter lunch breaks. And then there's the time spent on tea breaks. I think staff spend a lot of time socialising, and the incentive of a 3-day weekend would keep us more focused.
I'm worried that workplace bonding would suffer. Having said that, a 3-day weekend would mean more time for quality socializing with friends or colleagues.
Exactly. And not only that, it also gives you more time to get chores done at weekends. Above all, it means that staff come to work properly refreshed after 3 days off.
But surely people would end up working on their extra day off.
I see your point. I do wonder how long people can work productively without a proper break.
Well, all in all, we seem to think it's definitely worth considering. It would certainly make a huge difference to our work-life balance.